Today we're going to look at set number 21109, Exosuit, which is a very old idea set. Good old 007. Usually front of the box with your very nice little green spaceman there. Get your little drone. Get your little mech suit over here doing, I guess, mech suit stuff. The bottom of the box with your barcodes and lucky numbers and warnings about small parts, some more legal information. Side of the box just says Exosuit. At the top of the box with more warnings and legal information, and get a little look at your green spaceman there. Here at the other side of the box, it just says Exosuit and Lego. And on the old back side, a little explanation about what Lego Ideas is. Go look at your two green spacemen there. Good old Pete and Eve? Ivy? I don't know how you pronounce that, but you know, she's there too, and I guess he looks a little mean. You get your spacesuit up here. I guess lifting up some stuff. So yeah, there we go. Let's go put this thing together. With that very, very rare green spaceman. Here we have our instruction booklet. Which looks pretty nice. It's fairly thick and made from a much thicker kind of paper than like regular instruction booklets are, but still pretty nice. Still get this guy in the back telling you to win stuff. We get a bit of information about the designers and about the set in here and your language of choice, which is pretty nice. So yeah, it goes on and on about the set and all that. You also get a look in the back about, I guess, Lego Ideas in general. Get to see some of the sets from, I guess, this era. Get your DeLorean and your OG Minecraft and your little rover there. Yeah, that's about it. Everything else is fairly standard instructions. Good times. Here we have our first spaceman. Looking very lovely, very nice face print on there. That's not the classic just smile, but you know, she's still smiling, so that's nice. Everything else is green with the classic little logo there. These nice green air tanks. It does use the newer kind of helmet instead of the classic helmet, which is kind of a shame that they didn't, I guess, reinvent that part in this era, but you know, she still looks nice. Here we have our second spaceman, who looks exactly the same, but he does come with a little walkie-talkie there, and also has a much more, I guess, stern expression on his face. But he still looks good and still very green. Here we have a very tiny little, I guess, turtle-like kind of drone or robot. I guess whatever you want it to be. It does use a lot of those very shiny, kind of silvery bits on there. I guess you get a couple of laser cannons or cameras or I guess whatever you want it to be. To get these little feet here, little tail, and the surprising amount of these clips didn't really, unfortunately, hold up. They're very fragile. Pretty much all of them just sort of loosely kind of hang on, so that's a little unfortunate. They just sort of fall off occasionally, so might have to pick up some new little clips to make it a little better. But yeah, other than that, it still looks good. Yeah. Poor little legs. Oops. You also get this little, I guess, little grate here. There's not much to it, just grate and a couple of lights, little slopey pieces, and a couple of these, I guess, barrels of whatever you want it to be. I guess, you know, toxic waste or water or, I guess, food. There's no real printing on them or stickers or anything. It's just two yellow containers. Good times. Here we have our little mech suit all put together. Looking very lovely, very detailed, and all little bits everywhere. Unfortunately, it's also a bit fragile because a lot of these little clips aren't the best either, so it's probably not really good to move it around too much, but do get these nice little arms here. It does use those, I guess, bionicle pieces for shoulders, so you do get some movement out of there. Mostly this way, not really back and forth. There's no real elbow here. Just sort of up and down. Do get a very claw-like little hand here, which is pretty nice. It's a bit fierce looking, but you know, it's fine. Get your legs down here. You should use more of those bionicle pieces here at the hip and I guess the knee and ankle, which is pretty nice. So you can get some poses out of there. Then you get a bit of a swivel down here on the feet. Do get a bunch of these little I guess, greenish yellow pieces everywhere. To get this nice little printed piece down here for some, I guess, engines or, I guess, blast or something. You can pretend what it is. Get another arm over here, which is pretty much just like the other arm. No real difference. On the back side, get some hoses back here for, I guess, hydraulic fluids and, I guess, little rims here or whatever you want them to be. I guess little handles or valves. Some more antennae up here for communications. Do get a little cockpit area, which does have a couple of joints here, so you can kind of open up. There's more little translucent pieces in there for power or whatever you want them to be. You can take your figure and sort of stick them in there. He does just have a couple of studs to stick on, and you can close them on up, and there you go. Now he's ready to go. I guess lift those crates around or fight aliens or whatever you want. Good old mechs. Overall, it's a pretty nice set. It's quite unfortunate that a lot of the pieces didn't seem to hold up over time, but I guess it can be somewhat easily replaced by ordering some more, and especially that little turtle guy, which just sort of lays there now. But you know, if you can find one, it's probably not gonna be cheap because those green spacemen are very valuable, and since spaceman and all the colors have seemed a very popular quest nowadays, if you can find one, you know, it's still a nice set. Just, you know, be prepared to pay a lot of money for it. Congratulations, you did it. You made it to the end of the video.